What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're out here on this beautiful Iowa evening to show you this crazy little thing. And this is my super tactical Glock. That's what I'm going to be calling it. But it is basically a bunch of Flux Defense products and an agency arms barrel and a Trijicon RMR, and we're just going to talk about this guy because I'm posting it on social media. I'm getting a lot of questions about this, and Flux Defense has put out some super tactical new additions for the Glock pistols recently. I actually did a review on the Flux Defense pistol brace. It's like 250 bucks, but it does this thing, and that's pretty cool. And these additions don't turn your pistol into an SBR or any other weapon. It's still a pistol, which is pretty cool. I was sent this and this to review, but it won't change my opinion of them at all. And as I said, I've already done a full detailed review of the Flux Defense brace, but we'll go over it again real fast. Imagine you have it holstered, you pull the pistol out, hit the button, and feel free to shoot a little bit easier at a little longer distance because you have more points of contact. It's not perfect, it's not like a stock, it's not super comfortable. The rails here kind of feel like an AK underfolder, except unlike an AK, you don't have quite the recoil, so they don't dig into your cheek like that. If you're going to use the brace, you're going to want to take out the blue spring that mine came with and put in the red spring, or you can have some reliability with the brace coming out quickly and locking in place. But other than that, it's a cool little product. It is pricey for sure, but if you want something like this that's compact and does this job, there's really only this on the market, so there's not any competition whatsoever. They were very revolutionary with their little product here. And along with that, they've come out with a new product, this light mag, as I think they call it, mag carrier type deal. And it says right on top of it there, it is not a vertical foregrip. And that's because it is an angled grip, and angled grips are legal on pistols. Not just AR-15 pistols, but pistols like this as well. And that gives you a couple of different features that are interesting, I have to admit. So with the brace that you have right here, you can then put pressure on it like this, kind of like a foregrip, but not, because it's angled and, you know, legalities and all that. So you can hold it and stabilize your pistol a little bit better at long range. And we're going to show that here in a minute, because after I'm talking about these products, I am going to go out and shoot them and then give you my impressions after I get done shooting them. Another thing that it does is it holds a light. It's got a little baton light in here, and it fits in there, and it's got a little button right here, so you can operate the light kind of like a little tack light on a rifle or a, I guess a rifle or shotgun or something that has a light at the bottom of it. So that's pretty cool. I wish the light had a little bit more lumens. I like all the lumens. I'd prefer it to be a little bit stronger. I'd like to have a beam out at 100 yards. And we did take this out a little bit and shoot it. Maybe I'll shoot it at night for some footage for this video later tonight, and show you that the distance on this light's not awesome, but it is pretty cool that it accepts that. So not only does it give you a grip to hold on to, and it gives you a light right there so you can operate it while you're holding on to it, but it also gives you an extra mag. So as you can see, I've got 115 grain Cellar and Bellet in there, and you can easily pull that magazine out and reload it. So that's pretty cool. We're going to be trying that out a little bit. Now this magazine, you really got to rip out a little bit. It is designed to stay in there on its own. So yeah, you have to pull it just a little bit more than you would, let's say, if you're going to eject a mag. But it does come out, and it does, I guess, do the main job that it's designed for, which is hold a spare mag if you need it. It's not supposed to be a quick reload system, although you could really use it as that. But it's really supposed to be able to stabilize the gun in place, I think, in addition with the Flux brace. Working together, I think, is where they're best served. I don't really see a reason why, if you didn't have the brace, you would use the mag carrier, honestly. I guess I could have used it without, but I don't really see a purpose for that. And I do feel a much added benefit holding it like this as opposed to like this when I'm using the Flux brace. So honestly, I feel like they work really good in conjunction with one another as a team. On top of that, we have the agency arm threaded barrel, which in the cover photo and earlier today I was shooting with the suppressor. It had an Omega 9K on it. However, I don't know if it's the recoil spring. I haven't changed the recoil spring in this. We were having a little bit of trouble with reliability with the suppressor, and that can happen if you use suppressors. You have to change recoil springs occasionally. So we took it off for this video just so we would have no issues whatsoever. And we're also running the Trijicon Type 2, which up until maybe the Aimpoint Acro is pretty much the pinnacle of red dot designs. And what that does is it helps you keep your cheek off this little rail here on the brace, and it allows you to be that much more accurate. When I was doing the review of the brace, I did explain that a red dot, for me, is almost a necessity because I got these big fat chipmunk cheeks here, and they do get in the way. So if I'm pressing down and trying to get a sight picture with standard iron sights, I was having a bit of an issue. Red dot, not a problem at all. Feels just like a rifle, even though it is not an SBR. It is a legal pistol. So this is a $79. This is $250. So for about $350, $400, somewhere in there, you can turn your Glock into this crazy monster that you have in front of you here. All right, so now we're out here. We got the super tactical Glock with the Flux Defense additions on it here. And I've got my super tactical magazine pouch, AKA my front pocket, and 115 grain Celler and Bellet, kind of just cheap target ammo, and we'll see how this guy runs. So far so good. Check that ready mag reload. Works all right. My wife makes awesome grocery bags, and I fill them full of magazines. But let's try the old tactical Glock out here. We're at about 20 yards or so, and we'll do some target transitions and see how it holds. Fun little thing, that's for sure.
Yep.
Light primer strike happens sometimes. I got water all over me.
Yeah, it rained.
Yeah. Get right up in tight with me there.
I'll get tight in you.
I think that's my job. I think I'm the one who gets tight in you.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Is that right? All right, so what do I think about it overall? I think it's very functional. I know a lot of people write this stuff off as a novelty, but honestly, if it doesn't change the reliability of the firearm, a firearm's kind of a firearm. I mean, a double-barreled sawed-off is functional if you know how to shoot it. Well, does it increase the functionality of the firearm? I think it does in a way. I think as far as distance shooting, I think it does help a little bit because it gives you those points of contact. And as far as I'm aware, this thing is very stable and very reliable. I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. And other than the review of this, the addition of the mag, the light mag here, just helps. I mean, it really does kind of feel like a little mini sub gun when you're shooting it. It feels super close up with your eye there, so I would seriously wear eye protection. You even see in the video every once in a while I get one popped right in the eye protection. Not a big deal if you're wearing it. Didn't hurt at all. It's a 9mm. The slide is not going to be contacting with you at all, but you do kind of feel a little bit of bump there sometimes with the plastic portion here. So not a big deal, but be aware of that and make sure you wear eye protection when you shoot this. I would like to see eventually one that goes a little bit further, maybe even 2 or 3 inches. Now you gotta remember, I'm a big guy. You know, I'm 6'3", so maybe this won't be the same for you guys, but I would like to see one with a little bit of an increased length of pull. Maybe because, well, obviously the length of pull is hampered by the slide here, the size of the gun, as you can see right there. It goes right up to the Glock 17 frame. So if there was a Glock 34 version, for example, or maybe one that went a little bit further, and then you could have that extra length of pull, I think this would be phenomenal. It's kind of cool without it, honestly. The fact that it just comes out at all is pretty sweet. I'm still in love with this thing from trying it a couple months ago, just because it's really cool innovation, and it just kind of trips that part of my brain that really likes mechanical things. And then it did have some ergonomic issues where I was trying to figure out how to hold the front of the gun when I was first shooting this, like kind of trying to Jerry Mitchell it and put my finger up in front of the trigger guard or something like that, where this this light mag thing here really fixes that. And it makes it feel like a B&T TP9, I think that's what it's called, like those little sub guns, those little submachine gun pistols that come with those little folding stocks. It kind of feels like that, with like a vertical or angled grip on it. And the ability to get that with the reliability of a Glock, and to put this whole thing together, I mean, you don't need the threaded barrel and the RMR if you don't want to. You can just use raised suppressor sights. I'd really suggest the RMR, in the same way that it assists with a rifle, it assists with a pistol, and it really helps with that point of aim. The one point of aim, and the fact that you're kind of bobbling around a little bit more than you would be with a regular rifle, the red dot really helps. So add the red dot, that's another 500 bucks. Add these two, that's another 350. I mean, it's a cool little gun, and it's definitely going to be cheaper than any submachine gun type pistol thing that you're looking at that does a similar job. And not only that, but unlike those submachine gun type pistols, you can unscrew this, remove this, you can pop out the rear takedown pin and remove this, and you have yourself the same handgun you had before. So you could carry this gun around all day, and you could put these two on if you want to impress your friends at night with a cool little gun that they've never seen before. That's actually the function that I use this for. But other than that, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Remember the patron giveaway. I thank my patrons every video because you guys really help. YouTube's been completely demonetizing YouTube channels lately. They've taken away most of my monetization, and your patron dollars really go a long way to buy ammunition and guns and cool stuff like this sometimes. So I appreciate that. The giveaways for a K-bar knife and for an Ontario Rat 3 knife. So if you want to be in that giveaway, all you got to do is be a patron. And the link to ammo.com is below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.
Thank God I'm ready for Village Inn.
Are ya?
Yeah.
Village Inn does sound good.